Hello Pisces, thank you so much for coming to Echo Catcher Tarot. I appreciate each and every one of you for leaving a message, comment, subscribing, just viewing. I appreciate it. So please remember there's no way this can connect to every single viewer out there. So just take what connects to you. So if we get on a subject and it makes you anxious, if you didn't have that issue before you came to this reading, then it wasn't pertaining to you. And if you have it later on, you can come back and view the reading. Alright, so let's get started for you. Feel free to vice versa masculine, feminine, and I always suggest to my viewers to keep a dream journal by your bed or wake up the time you, write down the time you wake up, to use a restroom or let the dog out, write down what's in your thinking and go back to sleep. Do it first thing in the morning as well. And also to keep a moon journal. Like 3 days before a full moon and 3 days after, see how you feel to keep track of seeing what moons affect you. Alright, so let's begin. The first card for you is Yin and Yang Pisces. Beautiful. Look at that. So something is going to balance out for you. Something is going to come into your life that's going to be beautiful, that is going to balance out to make you very, very happy. So sometimes we have to go through a very difficult time so that when things do balance out, we're very happy and more aware of how long it took and how it could have not worked out the way it did. So I do feel like something's working out that's going to make you very happy, some sort of balance. So the next one is challenges. So challenges talks about it took you a long time to find this balance. There was something within you that you kept feeling, I don't know if you needed to change your viewpoint on something, or if you needed to change your environment, or if there was a friend that was influencing your decision making, or just you were at a job you didn't like or a relationship you didn't like. There was something that was very challenging for you, and it took you a long time to balance that out. But you have balanced it out, I feel, and you're very happy for it and wiser at the same time. So look at this, the next one is wisdom. So this definitely changed you in the smart sense in some way. It made you learn how to handle some sort of situation in your life that maybe you never dealt with before. And so this has made you wiser, even though you may not feel like it. So I do feel this is something very particular that you never dealt with before. Keeps being very apparent. Like it was very difficult for you to get through whatever this is or was for you. But you did. And you're very smart from it, whatever it is. You learned a lot. Alright, so now I'm switching to the Divine Animals Oracle. And you have Tiger Will. Look at this. So you know they talk about having a tiger by the tail, so to speak. So this is will. This is you having very strong will after this balance has come into place, where you, I don't like the cards touching like that. I'm going to put that there. So yeah, you are ready to go about something. Once everything balanced out, you're more ready to go after something because you know more how to go for it, because you know more the outcome now of how it could go, and you know how to balance it out. So the next one is responsibility meerkat. This is beautiful. It talks about the meerkat's got the position of painting all the animals, the colors, is what it talks about in this card. Very beautiful. So you have the tiger being wild, getting ready to do something wild and exciting because you've learned. And this talks about you understand the consequences to your actions. You are more wise because of that in some way. So the last one of the Divine Animals Oracle is Butterfly, the soul. Look at how beautiful that is. Wow, Pisces. So I'm going to read this because we all kind of know what this means, like a renewal, a rebirth. But this is really beautiful, 28. So 28, usually if you add 28, it would be 10. So some sort of ending, and then a new beginning will come into your life is what I feel. But let's see what it says here. The soul. So it says, to experience our full selves, we often go through a difficult period of transformation and growth. Trust what you feel. We all have stages to pass through in life, and not all are easy. Look ahead to where you wish to be, not where you have been. Self-trust and the trust of your partner are necessary for a positive relationship. So that is so true. I've mentioned before, like if you're in a relationship, or even if you're not, and you want somebody to come with you, and you want it to be so well that they move in and you can live together. This talks about preparing your house, like making a space in your closet or your dresser drawer, and thinking about that every day, that when somebody comes, I'm ready for them. When that person shows up that's going to love me and treat me with respect, I'm ready. I have a space for them in my closet, a space for them in my dresser drawer. That's how you kind of prepare. So this is so beautiful. It really, really is. And I know a lot of people really love butterflies. So it talks about the goddess Aphrodite is what it talks about when I'm reading it. And Apollo. Really beautiful. So this talks about finding yourself in your soul, and having a rebirth of something that aligns with you so powerfully that it just makes you bloom. Sorry for that noise. That was the crystal, the malachite coming off the pile of the card deck right there. So yeah, wow, a rebirth. And you get to choose. You get to choose your path. And you're wiser now. So fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So there was some kind of fear around love, I feel. And you have worked through that in some way, and you're having a rebirth. Whether it's because the right person has showed up for you, and I feel like you may have been preparing yourself for this person without even realizing what you were doing. You were just saying, I can't handle the people anymore that you were dating. I can't handle the way Susie treats me. I can't handle the way Tyler treats me. You know what I mean? There was something about the relationship you'd had enough, and so I feel like you've been alone, soul searching, and not putting yourself out there because you're like, I can't hurt like that again. I can't go through that pain again. And something is balanced out in you where you're ready. You're ready to go out there and love somebody, but you feel you're wiser now, and you totally are, on how to choose who is for your highest good and who is not. So loneliness, I know that I'm never alone. Oh, Pisces. So this talks about you got really lonely, but you were too fearful to go out there and really experience what was out there. And then it talks about you had energies from heaven around you, angels, ancestors. So death. I am learning that endings are merely beginnings. So I did get 28 was a ending, and that's what this is. And it is on the same side as this. So and this is wisdom. This is some sort of ending that you learned, and it's made you beautifuler and wiser, and an ending. So your fear and your loneliness, I feel like you're done with that too. You have come out of some, maybe you were very depressed for a while during this lockdown, and a lot of stuff going on in the world that is just, there's a lot that a lot of us can't do, you know, unless you're in that kind of field where you can go to work every day, and then that would be stressful as well and overwhelming. So, yeah, wow. So I'm switching to the Dragon Wisdom. Gifts, look at this. So this is purity and gold. This is white and gold. So something about you has bloomed. I mean, we see the light here. You have received a gift that you have opened up within yourself. This, I mean, beautiful. Rebirth. And beautiful things are going to come into your life and for you. Mirror, look at this. So there's going to be, or is a mirror situation. So maybe you're going to come across somebody who is going to talk about having fears around love, or being lonely like you were, and not being with anyone for a very long time because you didn't want to be hurt again. And I feel like this could be the mirror part, that you're going to align with somebody who's pure like you, in the sense where pure like things that you don't do. So say maybe you don't do one night stands, or you don't, I don't know. There's lots of stuff out there that people do and people don't do. So I just feel like you're aligning more in what you want, and somebody like you is going to show up for you, is what I feel. So the next one is nutrition. This has been coming up a lot. So nutrition, this is your heart chakra too. So nutrition, obviously your heart chakra, so I feel like a lot of you are maybe thinking about eating better. I know the vegan diet is being pushed. There's the paleo diet, there's the keto diet, there's a lot of different diets out there, and I don't mean diet like people need to lose weight. I mean diet on, there's different diets where you can get protein, you know what I mean? There's so many ways to get protein now without eating meat, for those of you who are interested. I won't go on and on though. But anyway, so there's a lot of, yeah, there's just such awesome stuff. I could go on and on. So 9 is meeting. So meeting talks about getting ready to meet somebody who's different than anyone you've met before, which I kind of feel like it's going to shock you. You've been looking for somebody like you your whole life, and you're about ready to meet somebody, and you're going to be like, where have you been my whole life? And they're going to be like, where have you been my whole life? And I said this before in another reading, and I do not remember if it's Pisces. I'll have to go back and look, and I will be really shocked if it is. But I do feel like this is happening. This is just... So 14 is sleeping. So this is 5, which would be change. I do see a lot of protection in there. I also see new beginnings. Something, it goes with the... you see the acorns right there. So you have like 2 wish fulfillments or 2 new starts. And the butterfly signifies new starts. Acorn is planting an acorn and growing a tree. So I do feel like you're planting your own tree of life. And look at how similar these look, a lot alike in the color situation. So maybe you and this person are planting a tree for generations of wealth to your families. Maybe you're planting a tree for stability for yourself and your families in this generation. But something really beautiful and successful and just awesome for you, because you overcame fear and you learned what you want. So 5, hiding. So we have 5, which is change, and 5 again. So this talks about hiding, not laying your hand on the table is how I always describe it. Like, don't lay all your cards on the table at once. Hold your hand close to you until it's time to play it, whatever that means to you. This talks about hiding. So let's say some of you are getting your, what's it called, your stimulus package, and you know what you want to spend it on, but other people are trying to get you to spend it on something, and I hope all of you are not spending it foolishly, but that is not my place to say at all. I'm sure a lot of you are not. But anyway, it's basically saying you're not going to be forthcoming. You're not going to tell people, which is best. This card says it's best for you to hide what's coming to you. I mean, you have 2 acorns right here. You have abundance. You have this. You have yin and yang. You have a lot of good things coming to you. And when the yin and yang comes into you, a lot of people around you are going to see that energy placement of balance within you, and you won't even notice, and they will not understand why they even see that, but they will. They won't even know what it is, but they're going to be confused probably, or they'll just be like, wow, it's so happy to be around that person, or something like that. Alright, so thank you so much. Bless you, Pisces.